Hey guys, Scott here with new beer dissection video. What I have today is from Sam Adams. It's called their Hoppy Lager. Okay, they actually have dry hopped golden lager at 4.8%, 30 IBUs. Might as well give you all the specs that I can see right now. They say it's a dry hopped golden lager. Okay, I've definitely never had this before. Like I do a lot, I picked up a Sam Adams compilation pack, which I'm sure I may have a pop over my shoulder here. It was called Beer Fest. I'm filming this at the end of August. Yeah, almost lost track there. The end of August. Oktoberfest is coming up in about 3 weeks, so I guess they're all coming out with all the, you've seen the Oktoberfest beers coming out. Sam Adams has an Oktoberfest beer. So in this compilation pack, they have the Oktoberfest, they have a pumpkin beer, they have this Hoppy Lager, they have a Munich Dunkel. And I've been in Oktoberfest mode. So at the end of this video, probably that last screen right before I kind of sign off, I probably will have the link for my Oktoberfest video, which I did a few weeks ago. I go a little bit into the history, a little bit between Fest beer and the Marzen style, and a few other things about Oktoberfest. If that does interest you, you are a beer geek, take a look at it. So this beer was part of that compilation pack, as I said, this Hoppy Lager. I think there was one I'm missing, but there were 4 beers and 3 of each. So this was kind of the outlier, a Hoppy Lager with a Oktoberfest pumpkin beer. Munich Dunkel seems out of sorts, but whatever. It's a nice change up. I always like those compilation packs, like I've said, because you can kind of get a little bit of a cross section of either a brewery you're not familiar with, or maybe a brewery in this case that you're familiar with, but they have a few different styles that you're not sure if you're going to like, and you don't want to purchase a 6 or 12 pack of it. So Sam Adams being technically craft beer, even though the Boston Beer Company were considered big beer, they're buying people out now. I always forget the brewery. I should not forget this, that they bought out in Delaware, at least originally in Delaware. But anyway, this is their Hoppy Lager, and that's pretty much it. Brewed in Boston Beer Company, and that's it. So anyway, let's crack this bad boy open and take a look at it. All right, I just got my typical kind of tulip. I call it the tulip / modified Spiegel glass, even though it's not, the Spiegel glass technically has more ridges in it. So as you're pouring it, it kind of almost stirs the beer up a little bit, and you get more of the aromatics again as you're consuming your 12, 16-ounce can or pint, maybe off the draft system. Okay, but I always like something with tulips. I don't like the shaker pints. If you watched it, I have shaker pints. I use them, but they're not they don't do much for the beer. I may have to do a whole video on that itself. So anyway, let's take a look at this Hoppy Lager. So the typical white, pretty dense foam. I pour a little more aggressively these days. Plus this one got stirred up a little bit. We're almost getting a little bit of meringuing on the top of the head, which is very nice and pleasant looking. What we're also looking at here, pretty clear, I would say medium straw to light gold color, sparkling clear as I kind of take a look at it. Actually, really no chill haze other than a few bubbles on the side of my glass. I'm sorry, I have beer clean glass. Well, I have clean glasses. Sometimes I'm not hand washing every single one of them, so maybe they're not always 100% beer clean, but that's actually not too bad. Okay. And I'm drinking the comforts of my own home, so I'm not going to go nuts with this. So anyway, guys, let's take a sniff of the aroma of this. I'm sure I'll have the can over my shoulder. Wow. Very aromatic here. I get a little bit of a light citrus. Some of the hop varietals, I almost get like a bubblegum kind of smell to it. Almost like citrus, like lime essence, lime zest. Kind of what I'm getting there. Also malt, breadcrumb, light toast. But very nice. Actually more aromatic than I thought it was going to be. But definitely that citrus, lime. I'm seeing if I'm picking up anything else. Maybe slightly herbal, like grassy, kind of aroma. So if you want to say it's like kind of like an herbal, floral kind of component to it. I have zero idea what hops they're using here. I don't even know, could probably be using some type of, continental U.S. hop. I don't know. Trying to get, definitely, like I said, the fruit, citrus, lime. Okay, guys, so cheers or Prost, since we're close to Oktoberfest. Medium to high carbonation, kind of light to medium bodied. I'm getting that breadcrumby, even like light biscuit kind of malt on the taste buds here. Bitters is kind of moderate, pronounced. What I'd say are the IBUs were on this. Not that it always 30 IBUs. So yeah, low to moderate would be pretty good. It's usually more perceived bitterness, right? I do get that pithy kind of, almost, it's, if you want to say lime, I'm saying more lime. If someone argued that they felt a little bit of grapefruit, but almost like you have like the grapefruit pith in there, a little bit tart. I'm getting on the taste buds here. Even when I go back at it, you kind of get the aromatics of lime, citrus, and then when you take it in, but it's very crisp, medium high carbonation, at least when I first poured my first couple of sips I didn't mention before. Pretty nice, pretty crushable beer. No astringency. Not much, you're not going to get much mouthfeel as far as the creaminess is concerned in a beer like this, being lager bottom fermented. No yeast character here to this. Just very easy, crushable, slight citrus, toasty, maybe a little bit biscuit malt at the very most. But you can even see with the color of it, it's, going to be kind of lighter, malt forward beer, kind of this, but this is actually drinking quite nice. Obviously it's a lager, you kind of get that crispness up front, not much, estery types of flavors and aromas, but you do have that citrus, a little bit of that lime, and pretty neutral malt profile, even though I'm giving a little bit of a biscuit light toast and breadcrumb like, but very easy drinking, guys. So look, I mean, Sam Adams, I'm sure I have it over my shoulder. I always do this on camera. Sam Adams Hoppy Lager. I know I always have to shove it in front of the camera. Maybe one of these days I'll stop doing that. Very nice beer. It's a little bit of an outlier in that Beer Fest pack that I kind of had over my shoulder or in front of my face in the beginning of the video, with the Oktoberfest, Munich Dunkel, things like that. Again, just as a reminder, towards the tail end here, I'll have that video if you just want to click on it, with my Oktoberfest between Fest Beer and the Mertzen style and other things with Oktoberfest are great. But it's a little bit of an outlier. Very nice if you get a part of the compilation. I probably would purchase this, as sometimes you get these compilation packs and it's a beer that's like, yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't buy, sometimes I'll say I won't buy it as a 6 or 12 pack. This one I would buy as a 6 pack or 12 pack if they did sell it that way. Very crushable, easy drinking. Like I said, I won't go through the adjectives again with this beer. Grade wise, I got to give it at least a B. It's definitely average. There's always chances to elevate it, but for a lager, hoppy lager, and it's dry hop because it is very aromatic on the aroma hops, and there is definitely a good malt backbone on the flavor. I'd have to say that. I don't drink a lot of lager hop, at least beers that are advertised as hoppy lagers, even though they just made a lager and put a lot more hops in it. But I got to keep it at that B range. Some people get disappointed, like, oh, you said it would taste good, smell good, you just gave it a B. But, there's a lot of beers that are going to be better than this, but I definitely wouldn't, shun it at all. And I definitely would get that Beer Fest pack. I've been very impressed with those beers in there. one or two old standbys and a couple of new ones. And other than maybe the pumpkin beer, but that video is coming out too. So anyway, guys, Sam Adams Hoppy Lager. I won't go through the whole rundown again on the beer. I would check it out in the Beer Fest 12-pack compilation. Till next beer video, beer dissection video. Have a great day, guys. Take care.